One of the behind-the-scenes workings at the Balloon Fiesta is the pilot's briefing at 6 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening. But it also incorporates something rather different. But when it comes to, again, back to being a school teacher and controlling a load of children, these pilots are quite naughty at times, aren't they? So you have to employ the naughty chair.
Absolutely. Two things. One, we don't want to be the police, even though we have to, of course, make sure that safety is paramount at the Fiesta. But we also want to have fun. And we introduce, because there's always people doing something that perhaps they shouldn't do at the Fiesta, we introduced a naughty chair. So we were putting it there so that if any pilots got out of hand or did things they shouldn't have done, they would have gone in the naughty chair. It's backfired. The whole thing's backfired completely.
It has, yeah. Because I noticed there was one pilot sat in the chair in one of the briefings the other day who hadn't updated his map.
Correct.
He had a blue T-shirt on. Oh, it was you.
No, that was me. No. Slightly wrong. You're on the right tracks. That was Mr. Bailey. Now, Mr. Bailey is one of the other members of the flying committee, and I happened to be talking to him when he was debriefing, and he said, "Ian, I landed in this field, went up to the farm, and the guy wasn't too happy about us being there." And he showed me on the map where it was. So I took him to my map that we looked at earlier, down here, and he'd landed in a little area that I'd overmarked on the map, but he hadn't put it onto his map. So he was prime first, number one naughty person to be in the chair.
You were in the chair as well.
I became second. So the second member of the flying committee ended up in the chair was me. And I, as landowner relations officer, tell everybody how they've got to behave when they're with landowners. They must fill in their landing forms, they must debrief properly here. And I landed at the ex-chocolate factory at Keynsham, and I didn't have a landing card with me. And there was a large number of pilots willing to report me for that, and they did. So I ended up in the naughty chair for the second person.
Of course, the other member of the flying committee in the naughty chair was the godfather himself, Mr. Cameron, was in there. And that was a glove-related incident, I think, wasn't it?
Not just glove. I was watching Don's inflation last night. And, you know, we all get tired and we all forget to do things. But he's halfway through his inflation and he realised he hadn't put any petrol in his fan. So his fan died. That then made it very difficult. He didn't have enough air in the balloon. He was trying to inflate it. Difficult to get the hot air in from the burners. So the whole thing went all over the place. Terrible. And then I also noticed that as well as doing all that, he wasn't wearing gloves. And gloves is something that we always train all of our pilots to use because there's always a chance of burns and for protection. And his own company sells gloves, especially for flying, with the Cameron Balloon's name on. So we gave him a pair and made him sit in the naughty chair.
Brilliant. Thank you for that. Landing cards, maps out of date, not wearing gloves. Would you trust the flying committee?